Welcome to the Wildlife Hospital. This is where the action all starts. We see about 8,500 animals a year and they're all brought through the door. So come on through and we'll have a look at who's in the hospital. Currumbin's had a wildlife hospital for over a decade, and back in the old days we'd see less than 30 or 50 patients a year. Now we're a fully functioning state-of-the-art hospital. As you can see behind us here, we've got a koala who's undergoing an operation at the moment. This little fellow has an infection called chlamydia and has been hit by a car, which is something that we see commonly, sadly, here. But we have the diagnostic imaging and the equipment to be able to fix them up and send them back to the wild. So he's had x-rays to see what fractures he's sustained from the car injury, and he's unfortunately done some damage to his arm. It's all fixable, but the x-ray facilities here allow us to get that information quickly and get them on the road to recovery just that little bit faster. For a lot of our facilities, we rely on donations. We have a wish list that rolls from here to the front door, so yeah, everything goes directly to helping the animals. One of today's little patients here is this young little glider. Now, unfortunately, Mum was attacked by a cat and wasn't able to continue to care for her. So this little one's come into our care.
Wow, and so how long would that normally take you?
So he'll be in care for the next couple of months. Would you like to hold him?
Wow, yes.
From there he'll go into a rehab aviary and learn to be a glider again with some other gliders that are also in care. And yeah, then he can go out into the big wide world.
And what do you do to care for him?
So at the moment he's actually being fed round the clock. So he has a special nectar mix for gliders because they have such a high metabolic rate. They need almost constant feeding. His actual initial injuries have all resolved at this point, so now it's just playing mum and getting him up to the point where he can fend for himself. Behind me you can see the treatment room. This is where most of the day-to-day activities happen. So things that don't require sterile surgery, examinations under anaesthetic. One of the wonderful things about the facility here is that people can actually come and watch. The back of the entire hospital is all glass, so we work in a fishbowl. It's a good opportunity that people can actually see what happens in a veterinary hospital, but with a little bit of a difference that this is all geared to wildlife. So our species are different and some of the procedures that we're performing are a little bit more unique. Come on in, this is our waterbird facility. It's an area where those seabirds or birds that live on the lakes, like our seagulls here and the swans, can spend some time in rehabilitation, because these are species that it's very difficult to keep in small cages for periods of time without them developing complications. So it's wonderful that we've got a spacious area that they can recover in and get them ready for release before they go. This is our koala rehabilitation facility. This is a fairly new facility for us, and it just allows us to hold and treat koalas, particularly those that have chlamydia, and they need to be treated for at least a month before they go back out to the wild. Up in front of us here is Walter. He's got 2 weeks to go before release. So this is just somewhere nice that he can hang out, eat up a storm and get ready to go back out to the wild. This is our flight aviary, so the birds can actually get on the wing and get some fitness going before they go back out to the wild. We need to make sure he goes out there in 100% condition with beautiful feathers and with a mindset that I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a feed and I'm going to do it well. We can do the medical work in the hospital and make them well again, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to survive in the wild, so there's a lot more work in these outdoor enclosures to get them back up to speed. Just in this enclosure complex alone, we've got kestrels and barn owls. There's 2 peregrine falcons that are about to start pre-flight training. So there's lots to keep us busy. Just to have the facilities and the equipment and the staff to be able to do that is wonderful, and the way that that's been building and it's had the community support behind us has been wonderful.
So what is one of the ways people can help out and get involved?
So we have a campaign at the moment called Walkways for Wildlife, which is the new pathway here that's leading to the Wildlife Hospital. Individuals can buy a paver for $60 and have their family name engraved, or businesses can actually purchase a larger paver for $250 and have their logo engraved.
Where can people go to purchase a paver?
Okay, so people can buy pavers on our website. So if you go to www.savingyourwildlife.org.au, you can jump on and follow the link to Walkways for Wildlife and purchase a paver there.